all about that, Nisha. We have some music now from Squeeze, the hugely successful songwriting, performing and recording group from South London, who've been together on and off more than 50 years, producing memorably intriguing and entertaining hits such as Up the Junction, Cool for Cats, Goodbye Girl, Pulling Muscles, Michelle. Any other ones we should mention in your greatest hits? No, no one. You're looking blankly.
13th of March. The headlines: the government is to tell petrol retailers and energy companies that it won't tolerate them exploiting the war in the Middle East to push up profits. Rescue efforts are underway in western Iraq after a US military refueling plane crashed there. And the Japanese firm Fujitsu has been condemned by MPs for its continued failure to pay anything towards compensating victims of the Post Office IT scandal.
Coming up in the next hour of the programme, how Republicans are responding to what is happening in the Middle East.
There's real thirst for something new in the right of center populist coalition. And if this war drags on, it's only going to amplify those fractures.
Plus, we'll have the results of one of the first studies looking at how young children interact with artificial intelligence in toys.
Good morning from Mike Williams with the sport, live from the Cheltenham Festival. Racing's biggest week of the year culminates later with the Gold Cup here at this famous course. Will Harry Redknapp triumph with his horse, the Jukebox Man? We will speak to him after 8 o'clock, and we'll also be joined by the Gold Cup winning jockey, Sir A.P. McCoy.
The BBC News read this morning by Jane Steele.
Petrol retailers to be asked to explain what steps they're taking to ensure motorists are not paying over the odds for fuel as the conflict in the Middle East pushes up the price of oil. They're due to hold talks in Downing Street with the Chancellor Rachel Reeves and the Energy Secretary Ed Miliband this afternoon. Energy suppliers will also be there. Mr. Miliband says regulators are willing to intervene to stop what's known as price gouging. The companies take advantage of a situation to make a profit. The Conservatives say the Chancellor has the power to ease the cost of living, but he's failing to act. Here's our economics editor, Faisal Islam.
The government's under pressure to act both in the short and long term on rising energy bills and the security of supply. Mr. Miliband's today launching fast-track arrangements for the build-out of new nuclear power stations, which have in the past been beset with delays, spiralling costs and red tape. But quicker action may be required on rising petrol and heating oil prices. He and the Chancellor will meet petrol retailers this afternoon. Mr. Miliband said the government supported targeting price gouging, and the regulator, the Competition and Markets Authority, was willing to intervene. He also said he wouldn't deviate from his net zero strategy, despite calls from energy companies and industrialists to do so.
We've got
Yahoo reiterated that one war aim was to create the conditions so the Iranian people could rise up and topple the government. There is no sign of that happening yet. Iran continues to target ships, including oil tankers, passing through the Straits of Hormuz, in some cases using kamikaze drones, which are cheap to deploy but hard to defend against. And Iran's neighbours in the oil-rich Gulf states were again targeted. Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar and Kuwait all came under Iranian fire overnight.
A rescue operation is underway after a US military refueling aircraft crashed in western Iraq. The circumstances are unclear at this stage.
The situation was truly like a war zone. While we were traveling, we could hear fighter jets very close by. Planes were circling above us and striking while we were moving. Yesterday, I saw that a place on Turkmenistan Street had been struck. There was a very famous restaurant there, and unfortunately, the owner died. The entire area was devastated.
Despite the US Secretary of Defense's promise of what he said would be death and destruction from the skies all day long, there are lulls in the bombing. In Tehran, the odd car passes, but residents talk of eerily quiet streets and closed shops, with groups of the feared Basij, the volunteer paramilitary militia, manning armed checkpoints.
The suffocation, stress and fear are pushing me to the edge of collapse. The biggest fear is that after enduring all of this suffering, the clerics will still remain in power and the Islamic Republic will still be ruling.
There are, of course, Iranians who support the government, but for the regime's many opponents, for now they remain caught between the bombing from the outside and the terror from within, with no end yet in sight.
John Sudworth reporting there. Actually, in the last few minutes, multiple explosions have been reported in and near Tehran. Israel launching new strikes towards the capital. There, Lisa Doucet is our chief foreign correspondent. Lisa, morning. Is Iran playing a longer game here with its approach to the states around it, the Strait of Hormuz?
It's another reminder, one was needed, that the mightiest army in the world, the United States, plays a very different, has a very different military campaign than the Islamic Republic. The price, not just for the region, but for the global economy. And that was clear in that first statement issued by the Supreme Leader, Moshtaba Khamenei, yesterday. And it was interesting that whether that speech was written by him, there's some doubt, because he's said to be very injured. It could have been just written in his name. There was a level of detail in that speech that his father would never use in his Ayatollah. He spoke about how they would continue to use the lever of the Strait of Hormuz, and he hinted that they would open up new fronts against the enemy. Now we're getting reports that Iran has begun laying mines in the Strait of Hormuz, and with every day Iran is making it clear they're not just targeting countries for their US military bases. They're going after tourism, airports, data centers, trying to inflict such a price that they want, whether or not they'll achieve it, they want to achieve a kind of deterrence so they won't have to fight this kind of existential war again. So they're looking for a kind of a ceasefire that certainly the United States and Israel are not ready.
Might that change in thinking change their approach?
There's been a clarion call from Prime Minister Netanyahu last year during the 12-day war, when he spoke directly to the people of Iran. They should rise up against their regime. He's doubled down on that during this war. But he has...
There's just a couple of delays to make you aware of, starting with our motorways. Just off the M6 at junction 31A, there's reports of a broken down lorry, which is now causing severe delays along Bluebell Way. In Willesborough as well, you find temporary lights along the A6 Garstown.
Level of continuing involvement with police.
Well, let's put it like this. It was not a model of transparency, so it took quite a lot of correspondence to get to, a number that was declarable. There was definitely, a bit of an argument about some contracts that the government said was commercially confidential, and then we had to basically bring the cross officers to us to say, well, look, how much is in total going to you? And it turned out to be £500 million over the course of 15 months.
And is your committee...
It's a significant amount of money.
Well, it is, and is your committee's view then that the government should simply A, not have paid that money, and B, shouldn't do any more business with it?
So we can see that there is a case for extending some of these contracts where you've got critical state services at stake. But, as I say, when you've got £2 billion...
I can see better with that, actually.
Are you short-sighted or long-sighted?
I used to be long-sighted. I can't see stuff far away. You know, like if you were walking towards me and you didn't have out on, I couldn't recognise your face and you got close up to me. But then I'm just walking around now because I'm not used to wearing them. I only put them on in the night time bar for a couple of hours. So I've still got to get used to wearing them. Like now, he looks blurred to me in there. The registration plates I can't see till I get close up to him.
How long was it till you had to start wearing glasses?
I was about 41 for reading.
Yeah. Did your mum wear glasses?
You also?
Did your mum wear glasses?
Yeah.
Oh,
And my dad.
That would be wild, isn't it?
Yeah. And I wouldn't dream about driving on a night time without the contacts or glasses on.
No, that'd be very
It's like
dangerous.
fireworks, headlights.
Yeah,
oh God.
They're blinding.
No, it's horrible.
Yeah, a lot of people with glasses, they struggle to drive at night.
That's why I went for glasses, proper glasses and Specsavers, because I didn't wear. I've only started wearing contact lenses past couple of years. So I thought, I can't be going out with glasses on all the time. It does my head in.
It'll give you a migraine, right, when
Yeah.
you're driving at night.
Oh, that's really all for now.
Oh, there's very more August and it's raining now. Tarmac just scattered everywhere.
I did try Paddy 8 years ago. She's still got some eyeglasses to read.
Why are you celebrating your sister this Mother's Day?
She has been a mothering figure since we both left home very young, and she has basically been my whole family ever since then. And she's now got 2 kids of her own, Robin and Dylan, who I'm sure will be listening, and oh Lord, like she's much cooler than I could ever be. But she's just all about being an amazing mum, so I think she just needs some celebrating.
You sound like the best mum ever. What have you got to say to your sister?
Oh, I love her to bits. And honestly, like, as much as she's saying that I've been a mother figure to her, she's done the same for me. Like, like Mel said, I've been very, very early. And yeah, we've just been there for each other whenever we've had our moments.
Listen, you sound like the best mum ever.
Lovely, how supportive 2 lovely sisters.
So, just for coming on the show this morning, you're going to win an incredible premium Boots beauty bundle. It's amazing. It was all selected by your sister, Melanie, I should say. What's in that bundle?
Okay, so in there's a Dior mascara gift set, a Champney Slumber gift set, the Clarins Double Serum, 75 ml, a Bobbi Brown vitamin enriched face base. I mean, there's absolutely stacks. I imagine that your sister knows what you love. But that is not all. Right now, we're going to give you the chance to win a massive £1,500 because you are going to be taking on the iconic Heart Breakfast's Parent Trap. Except today it's the sister. It's the sister. It doesn't really have the same ring to it.
Here's how it's going to work. Paula, for your chance to win that cash, we're going to ask you some questions. They're all about you, so, should be relatively straightforward, but there is a twist. Because before the call, we put those very same questions to your sister, Melanie. All you need to do is see if... We asked Melanie.
Sorry, yeah, we asked Melanie, sorry. When did something go wrong for Paula?
No idea?
My guitar.
My guitar, you're going to have to elaborate. Okay, was it the time the guitar broke?
The time it's like went seriously on Paula. Like, she's an amazing artist, and art is like one of her best hobbies that she does. She's really creative. So she got this acoustic guitar and she decided to cover it in mosaic tiles, and it took her hours to cover the whole thing. She couldn't do it up the stairs, and then the weight of it made it drop, and it smashed into 1,000 pieces on the floor. Luckily, she did actually have a sense of humour about it, but I wouldn't have, because I certainly wouldn't be laughing.
It's another 500 quid in the bank. Well done. So that's £1,000, which means we've got one to come. We asked Melanie, tell us a moment that Paula will never live down. What do you think?
Hello.
Can I just say 2,000 pennies would be 200
coins,
quid?
really. 200,000 pennies. 20,000 pennies.
We only need one.
What is it?
And she's with us.
She's with us.
Morning, Penny.
I'm absolutely crap at maths.
Morning.
Morning.
Where are you calling from, Pen?
Well, I'm working in Cranbourne today, but I'm actually from Hayling Island.
Okay.
Oh, that's so funny, because that's where I've been looking for houses for my parents.
Oh, what Hayling?
Well, I've been looking at Hayling, sort of Bosham, West Wigsring, and then somebody said to me Cranbourne's very pretty. Is that right?
Yeah, well, it is very nice actually, yeah.
And you know anyone who wants to sell their house, Penny? I'm your woman.
Okay. Penny, what would you do with £2,000 if you were to win today?
I'd put it towards either a summer holiday or a skiing holiday.
Oh,
I've been away for a long time. So.
Okay, you a keen skier?
Well, I like it, but we haven't been for about 10 years, so whether I can still do it or not, I don't know.
It's like riding a bike.
Bless you.
Where would you want to go on holiday if you could choose one place?
I'd like to go to either Austria or Switzerland, never been there, so
Beautiful.
right there.
Okay, alright, so we're playing for a Tyrolean week away. You've won the Wake Up and Win card game just for coming on. That's safe, Penny.
Brilliant, thank you.
Good luck.
Okay.
Okay.
Your letter today is L. Trying to think of things. So for Lily. mint chocolate.
Langlauf.
What?
It's cross-country skiing.
Okay, fabulous. Anyway, it's L for love. Penny.
And your time starts now. An animal.
Lion.
Leopard. A body part.
Leg.
Leg.
Drink.
Lemonade.
Lemonade. Country.
Lanzarote.
Lithuania.
Fruit or vegetable.
Lemon.
Lemon. Film.
Lioness.
Oh God. Last Samurai.
Sports star.
These real questions.
Last Samurai, by the way, is a wonderful Tom Cruise film. If you haven't seen it, I urge you to see it.
Because I was going to say Lion King, because she said lion.
Lion King.
Yeah, yeah.
My sister and all my gorgeous northern family.
Oh, how lovely. So this will be the legendary Pat.
Dad's case.
Tell us about Pat. It's over She's just a really fantastic lady, and she's the best mum, the best mama to her 4 gorgeous grandchildren, and she's just an absolute legend. There's nothing else to say about her, really.
Nice. What do you call her then to the grandchildren?
They call her Mama.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yes. It's lovely to go back, isn't it? I feel like you never know what's left yeah.
What was the TV dream? Just being nosy.
From Junction 36 in Doncaster to Junction 37 from Marl. That's after an earlier accident. There's congestion to just before Junction 35 as well. And it's also slow southway because of onlookers. A reminder, queues on the A1M northbound between Junction 36 and 37. On public transport, no service on the Sheffield Sewer tram between Hillsborough and Mayland Bridge because of a points failure. Worth reminding you to double check before you travel anyway. And in Tolbar, temporary lights on the Doncaster end between Benton